Celtics win game one of the finals over the Warriors, 120 to 108. This was a really good game. Boston stole this game on the road. Let's talk about it. So, first of all, amazing Celtics win. This was kind of a comeback, to be honest. I mean, they were pretty much in this game for most of it. There was one time where they were down 10 in like the first half, but in the third quarter, Warriors had a huge third quarter, as they're known to have. It was like 38 to 24. They had a pretty decently sized lead, almost 12, 13, not up to 15, but like, a pretty decently sized lead going to the fourth. And the Celtics just made a huge comeback in the fourth. I'll talk about it. But first, let's talk about Jason Tatum. Awful. Yeah, this is an awful game from Jason Tatum. 12 points on 3 of 17, 1 of 5 from 3. Really bad game. The only upside you could say is the 13 rebounds, and he was a playmaker for sure today. He got so many assists off of slightly getting doubled, and he would kind of drive or trying to make a move, and help would come, and then he would make the right pass, and that's just been Tatum this whole season. His passing has grown so much, and it was definitely needed today, especially since he was giving them absolutely nothing on offense. I believe he hit one of his first threes or something like that. He got a transition layup, and then after that, it was like nothing. He was like 2 of 6, then he was like 2 of 12. Finally, sometime in the third quarter, I believe he got like a Euro step layup 20 minutes after his second field goal. So it was a huge drought for Tatum in terms of making shots. I don't even think you can say that the defense, like obviously they were defending him pretty well, but there was a lot of easy shots that he just missed, some floaters and layups that just didn't go in, some threes. He had some open threes that didn't go in. So it was partly the defense, but also he just wasn't making shots today at all. Luckily, however, his team stepped up like crazy. The amount of threes in this game, absolutely insane. Boston shot 21 of 41, 51% from 3 this game. Absolutely mental. We got to talk about Al Horford. Crazy game from him. 26 points. He leads the Celtics 9 of 12, 6 of 8 from 3 for Al Horford. In the broadcast, they said that this is his career high in threes, and it could not have come in a better time to hit 6 threes in your first finals game. And I mean, I'll talk about the run, but just every single 3 was crazy from Al Horford. He was just defensively, he was pretty decent today. He was holding his own, and offensively, like getting a career high amount of threes from Al Horford. Amazing. This game, the shooting, there were so many wide open threes for the Celtics this game. A lot of it due to Tatum and the help that he brought to himself, and then his passes that he made. But just defensively in the fourth quarter, especially, the Warriors were letting a lot of threes. And I mean, you can't expect Al Horford to hit a career high amount of threes, but like that's insane. Like he still did that. Derek White as well, the other MVP of this game, 21 points, 5 of 8 from 3. That is his career. No, that is his season high in threes. So, you have Al hitting his career high and Derek White hitting his season high in threes. Absolutely mental. Marcus Smart as well, 4 for 7. Peyton Pritchard even got 2. Daniel Tice in his 6 minutes also hit 1 3. So everybody on the Celtics was crazy hot from shooting today. Like, and I can't even say that like the Celtics beat them because of their shooting, because the Warriors also shot and made 19 threes and hit 42% of theirs. So I can't even say that like the Boston Celtics outshot them, because I believe the stat was the Celtics hit the second most amount of threes in a final game, and the Warriors hit the 5th amount in history. So this game was a historic game in terms of threes made. You can't expect Tatum to shoot this badly again, and it's honestly like a blessing that the Celtics were able to steal this game with how poorly Tatum is shooting. I think the amount of shots that he missed and the amount of shots that everyone else made kind of balanced out to be able to get this win. Obviously, I don't think this amount of shooting from three will be sustainable. It doesn't matter how sustainable this shooting is because you still won this game with Tatum scoring 12 points and being god awful from the field. So this is an absolute win for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown as well tonight was really good. He wasn't very good through the first 3 quarters. Him and Tatum were struggling offensively. But in the fourth quarter, the run that the Celtics made to come back in this game, 1000% is due to Jaylen Brown. He was absolutely electric to start the fourth quarter. He hit a hard three. He was driving. He got an alley-oop assist to Robert Williams. He got a three. He assisted a three for Peyton Pritchard. I believe he scored or assisted like the first 9 points, 9 or 11 points for the Celtics in the fourth quarter. He came out and he had all 5 of his assists in the fourth quarter as well. So that should tell you that him and Tatum, who had like 4 assists in the fourth quarter, it was mostly Brown that really started it off, but he just like immediately the momentum was just Brown attacking the basket, hitting his threes, mid-range, and just assisting to everyone else. And then afterwards, literally everybody got an open three. Derek White, Al Horford, and Marcus Smart all got multiple open threes in the fourth quarter, which led to the Celtics outscoring Warriors 40-16. It was more like 40-13, but one of the bench players on the Warriors hit a three in the last minute. But absolutely insane comeback from the Celtics to come back. I don't know exactly what it was, but I believe it was like a 20-point swing from Warriors being up to Celtics being up. It was really entertaining to watch. This game was really fun to watch. Everyone hitting their shots, good highlight plays, really entertaining finals game. Luckily, Jaylen Brown in the fourth quarter, 4 of 6, 10 points, 5 assists, all 5 of his assists in this quarter. Jason Tatum as well with 4 assists in this quarter. Al Horford, 4 of 4, 2 of 2 from 3. Marcus Smart, 2 of 2 from 3. Derek White, 2 of 3 from 3. Peyton Pritchard, 1 of 2. So, like, everybody on the Celtics was just wide open, hitting all of their shots in the fourth quarter. And, like, they completely stole this game with how bad Tatum played. The absolute blessing of a game to steal. On the Warriors side, Steph had a pretty good game. 34 points, 7 of 4 from 3, 12 of 25. Really good Steph game. I can't even say anything about it. He hit 6 threes in the first quarter, which is like a NBA Finals history in terms of threes made and points scored in the quarter, I believe, with 21. After, in the second quarter, he scored 0. He missed both of his 2 shots. In the third quarter, he was pretty good, but in the fourth quarter, the Warriors as a whole were just not there at all. Really disappointing to see. Jordan Poole offensively did not give them enough at all, and defensively he's kind of, he's not good enough defensively to be performing this bad offensively. 2 of 7, it's rough. Otto Porter, 4 of 5. He was at like 4 of 4 at one point. Andre Iguodala hit a 3, which is crazy, but I think he played a bit too much. Klay Thompson, kind of a meh game. Like, he hit his threes early on, but, it wasn't enough. Draymond Green, I didn't even realize he shot 2 of 12. That's really bad. Andrew Wiggins was kind of decent. I don't know, for the Warriors, they kind of just fell apart. They had their defense in the fourth. They let so many open threes, and, like, I have no idea why, because like the Celtics were red hot from 3 in the fourth quarter. Steph Curry in the fourth quarter, not that good. He scored a lot of his points, like I said, in the first quarter and in the third quarter. But, Warriors had this game. They were up on the Celtics with a decent lead going into the fourth, and kind of a collapse, not going to lie. Pretty bad game to lose when you're playing defense on Jason Tatum this well, and Jason Tatum as well is just missing a lot, and you just lose this game because of what? You just let them shoot and they hit all their shots, you can tell yourself we defended Tatum really well and this kind of shooting isn't sustainable. But it doesn't matter. They still stole the first game at home, and now you have to win game two, or else it's really scary for the Warriors. My initial prediction was Celtics in seven, and then I was kind of leaning towards Warriors in seven, but I sticked with my pick. And I mean, I'm not rooting for or against anybody because I don't really care if my pick is right, but this is a rough game to lose for the Warriors. Celtics just at this point, like Derek White hitting this three right here to tie the game. And then right afterward, Al Horford hits two more threes to put them up, and Warriors had no comeback. Right over here, Al Horford with kind of the tip to get the steal and, pushing the pace. He already hit a three. Jason Tatum, another assist right there. Another Al Horford three. And at this point, the last 4 minutes was all Boston, just nonstop threes. The Celtics in the first quarter were dropping a lot. Like, why is Daniel Tice dropping on Steph Curry? Like, why is he doing that? I don't know. I mean, in the first quarter, there was a lot of dropping like this, but there was also like a couple threes where the Celtics just lost Curry completely, and he had some wide open ones. Obviously, they still won, but this was a crazy start for Curry. This three right here is crazy. I don't know how Pritchard and Derek White right here just get lost. They both chase after Poole. Curry wide. This is the most wide open Curry could ever be in a finals game. Like, that's ridiculous. The Celtics 17-0 run in the fourth was the second longest fourth quarter scoring run in the finals game over the last 50 years. The Spurs did that a 19-0 run versus the Nets in 2003, but this was like obviously Al Horford 2 threes, and then he got a layup at the very end. Marcus Smart also hit 2 threes. Derek White that first three, just so many. I mean, the Derek White shot wasn't wide open, but Al Horford's both of his threes were wide open. At least one of Marcus Smart's threes was wide open. So, a bad loss for the Warriors. Curry tonight, 4 points, 2 of 6 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean, rough. That's all you can say. It's just bad. Curry was the leading scorer in the fourth quarter this postseason. But tonight, him and the Warriors as a whole, I can't blame just him. But there's a lot of blame on him as well for this fourth quarter collapse, to like bad collapse. Yeah, this guy's post about Draymond Green. He had a foul, turnover, foul, missed three, and 2 missed free throws on 5 straight possessions. He did miss those 3 throws, which was crazy. But like Draymond did not play a good game at all today. 2 of 12. He's a polarizing player in terms of his stats. His stats don't always say his impact on the court. Like, he can score 5 points and be the best player on the court sometimes just because of like defense and playmaking and all of the other things that he does. But he did not play well today, especially in the fourth. But yeah, Celtics in the fourth quarter, at one point they were 7 of 7 from 3. They ended up 9 of 12, but like insane shooting performance from the Celtics tonight. Al Horford, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Derek White, all MVPs of this game. Tatum as well, for his playmaking, MVP of this game. Warriors better come out and win game 2, or else it's going to be really scary out here. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.